In our last video, we discussed the plight of the solopreneur or the micro business, where you have a lot of expectations of yourself and other people have expectations of you. There's just a lot of things that you need to get done every day. And most of us go into these businesses because we have a drive or a passion or a direction about a certain thing that we're doing. Very rarely is it the minutia of actually business ownership. Like none of us say, I can't wait to get in and pay my taxes. But nonetheless, we have to do those things. So in our description yesterday, and the link's going to be below, and like and subscribe and all of those internet video things, of course. But yesterday we discussed that you needed to do two things. One is create kind of your standard work, which is what are the things that you're going to do that are repeatable that you can do easily that allow you to not have to think about them every time so that you can do the creative stuff. So, how do you more easily do your bookkeeping? How do you make sure that, like when I'm making these videos, that I know exactly what technologies I'm going to use in what succession and in what way, so that the video making part is easy, so that the content, which is the part that actually is creative, that I have a lot of bandwidth for that, right? So it's in essence, how do we calm the noise so that we can spend most of our time focused on the right things to do at the right time? So let's take a look at a good way of visualizing these things. And so yesterday we divided this stuff up into five sections: is process, provision, platform, people, and personal. So process is, again, that's like the what you do every day. So part of my process is I write a script, I shoot a video, I post process the video, I put it up on the various things, you all watch it, and then that's the process. um, Provision is like taxes, overhead, the things that I have to do that I will almost always procrastinate out of. It could just be called the procrastination, the probable procrastination section. But that's the stuff that we usually fall down on because it's not what we're there for, but it is what needs to be done. Okay, platform is making sure that I'm always paying attention to the tech that I'm using to do my job. And regardless of who we are or what we're doing, even if we're doing pottery, there are still things that you use every day that require maintenance and require upgrades and require all sorts of things. So we have to make sure that the platform of our work is taken care of. People are the other people that we're working with. We need to make sure that we're having the right conversations at the right time. And this thing looks like this. So we've got personal work and people, platform and provision and process. So now we're visualizing these things, and we can see as we're visualizing them what we're spending most of our time on and what we're not. So if we go in and there's no tickets at all in process, then we know that we're not doing any work to create business or to get stuff done. If provision, then it means we're probably ignoring our taxes. Even if we've got stuff over here like at the end of the month, pay attention to taxes, at least you know that that ticket is coming up, right? And then down here, platform, people, etc. Now, here's the important thing. So let's say like right now I am shooting this video and I shoot it and it goes pretty well. This is actually the third take of this thing, so it's gone okay. And so I'm done with it and now I move it over into done. Yay, it's done. And the system says, yay, it's done. Not yay enough for me yet. So there's a couple of things that I, as a solopreneur, need to do. Now again, I visualized everything in its right place for what I need to do and how I need to do it and what's in progress and what's done. Okay, this is the easy part. But the hard part for us is finding the time, finding the energy to know how to improve what we're doing so every day owning our own business gets a little easier and not a little harder. Every day leave your business a little better than when you found it. So when this is done, I want to be able to say, all right, what did I think of it? So when I'm done with this work, I want to be able to say, all right, what did that mean to me? Did I like it? Did I not like it? So I want to mark, I was pretty happy with the way this went. So we'll mark it, but I'm pretty happy with the way that it went. So I've done that and I'm happy with it. And now I want to do something with that. And this is the major thing that I want to show in this video today. I definitely wanted to show those swim lanes of the different expectations and then how I was dealing with them. Okay, so I really did want to show in this the process, the provision, the P's there, and then how I was meeting all of those demands. That's super important. But I also want to improve my work. I want to know that tomorrow things are gonna be better. So we set up this afterburner section. And the afterburner section gives me actionable things to do with work after it's completed. And people who do Kanban so often don't do this. People who do to-do lists definitely don't do this because you just cross them off and forget it. The work that you've finished is your product. It's why you're there, whether it's taxes or not. Whatever it is, that's the reason you went to work today. And if it was great, you want to do it more like that. And if it wasn't great, you want to make it better. So what we do here is in here we've got the happy faces, which is the work that went pretty well. And then there's the little snakes, and they're little stylized snakes. Snakes with a mountain behind them for some reason, not quite sure why. Nonetheless, it's a snake. Bad experience with doing that, right? So we want to take the snake, this. We want to take the snake stickies and we want to do something with them. So we could just leave it at this, where in our done column, we just have a smiley face or a snake, and then we just know we need to deal with it later. Not actionable enough. So this is just enough to get this idea across. So here's like I want to do more or less of this. So I definitely want to do less of figuring out why Adobe Premiere is so annoying. But I do want to do more of these videos. As you might be able to tell, I get I wasn't animated before the video. I really enjoy what I do. And revisit why is like why so you go off to partner with Huge Co as a solopreneur and then they just want to use you and treat you like crap. So then you got to go off and think about that. You got to have a think. You got like why did I ever want to work with those guys? It was obvious they were just going to come in and they were just going to try and run the show and exploit me for whatever they could. Why did I want to do that? So in this column, I will move things in where I specifically want to think about, why did I want to do that? And then what would I do differently in the future to replace whatever that need was? Huge Co probably represents a big payoff. How do I replace that big payoff with something that is more of a smiley face? All right. Revisit how. You can see I'm happy about that one. So went out, found some better tools. Turns out that TechSmith has come out with a whole range of new things that make shooting these videos a lot easier for me. So thank you to the TechSmith people who in no way know I exist, even though I also went to Michigan State, which is where their offices are. But either way, they don't know I'm here, but nonetheless, I am happy that there are service providers, there are tool providers out there that make things that I like to use. So now what I can do is I can revisit the how. So why did the current version of Snagit work better for me for making these videos than tools that I was using before? What is it about that tool that made it easier for me to do my job? So I can make that lesson into something that I can apply in the future. I can say, that's the next Snagit for this or for that. Trust me, I'm still looking for Snagit for bookkeeping. Okay, and then last, building a bridge between Substack, Stripe, and my CRM. So that's a snake because Substack doesn't let you build a bridge between anything and anything else. But it's something to figure out. It's something to study more. It's something to talk about. So in this case, for me, It's to talk about with the other people I know on Substack who are doing things that are similar to me. How did you satisfy when somebody made a large, so in for Modus, if you get the high-end subscription on Substack, you also get the platinum subscription on Modus Institute. I would like to automate that because right now it's manual and it's a difficult thing to automate, but other people have probably solved that problem. So I did the work, wasn't satisfied with the results, but there are people out there for me to talk to. So there are two things that we need to talk about in this graphic. The first is the division of our work up into areas of expectation. And your areas can be whatever they want, or you can use my 5 Ps. And at the end here, um, what to do with things after you feel like you're done. I beg of you as a solopreneur, you will forget what you fixed and you will repeat your problems unless you do something like this to get you to remember the good things that you did and make more permanent fixes for the things that you don't enjoy.